Please read the disclaimer carefully, because as many of you knows, trading, there is a lots of risk involved in it, and you should be knowing of all the risk before taking any trades. This video, it's not about me giving out any signal. It's just my view for the market and how I see it and the way I trade. Yeah, so everyone should do their own due diligence and know the risk about this before going live and start trading. So yeah, that's it. And I think we have some viewers now, and it's 3 minutes past 4, so we said we were gonna start at 15 GMT, and the time has passed now, so I think we can get started. Yeah. Good. It looks like we have good sound and good picture also. Hello Jason, hi, nice to see you here today too. Yeah, hi Nayan, now I know what's your name. And welcome to the webinar. So guys, as you know, we're gonna take a look at the market and the way I see it, and what I'm looking for and what I have on my watch list for next week. So in the end, if we have some time left, of course I will be answering your questions, and of course if you have any pair that you any pairs that you want me to look at, we can do that too. But if you have any questions, just write them in the chat, and I will try to do my best to answer them. Yes. So as usual, we let's get started with the Dixie, and as many of you who following me know that we've been watching the Dixie on the way down from back up here, and that I said when we broke this down trend line that we have a possibility to go long, and it really did. It went long, and in a very fast way. Not much retest for the trend line. It went fast, and as you see last week when price came to this level, we had a big rejection from the 101.76 area, and the level is actually, if we look a bit left, you see that we had some rejection in the past here in this area, and if we make this a little bit longer, you see that this area was resistant before back here and got broken, and here price had some problem to break it, but then it broke it and did a retest and kept going down, sorry. And of course we were waiting for a bounce from this area here at the 38.2 Fibonacci, and the top of the range. I already talked about this level before, so there's no need to keep talking about it, but it is a very good level to watch here for bounces to the upside. So yeah, last week it was a little bit weird on the dollar, because as many of you knows, we got the news. Hi Sophia, hi, nice to see you here. We got very good US dollar news Wednesday and Thursday, and all the numbers was green, but the result was on the Dixie, on the USD GPY, on Euro USD wasn't as the news. So we got good news, but prices, the dollar went down. So it was a bit strange, and I'm not very shocked. It's not the first time that news comes out and price do the opposite. And when you look at the structure in the chart, you may see that, especially when we go over and look at the EURUSD, you're gonna see that we had a very good level that should be respected, and it actually got respected. I did publish a picture about that in Forex God's Facebook group, and did show you how the price actually for the dollar went down when the news were very good. So it was a bit strange, and that make me a little bit suspicious about what's going on at the moment, and very careful taking trades. So at the moment, what we actually have, if we take a look at the Dixie for the daily, we did our last major high is of course this one, this area up here. We did a correction down, and it took a while for price to get back down here, and we've got this bounce up. It was a good momentum bounce up, and when we got this clear rejection, price we went down for another day, and on Friday it did found some support here, and what we got is this inside bar here. So from this area right now, I will be for the Dixie, will be to be more sure, wait for price to retest this area to see if we're gonna get another rejection here, or a retest down here to see if we're gonna respect this trend line as we did before. As you see here, this trend line was been respected many times. Lots of touches here and here and here. We got this rejection on the election night, and then we had the trend line and this whole support area and the Fibonacci level at the same level here. So of course it was respected also, and as I said, what I want to see, I wouldn't be trading this from this area. So the better way for me to see if price will do a retest for this level, and if it's gonna break it or not, or if it's gonna bounce back down another leg. So a little bit unsure here in the middle of this new range we have in this area. As you see here, we have from here to here. So of course, if this will to get broken, then that will be for me to wait a retest and try to long the Dixie for a retest of the highs, or as I said before, if we maybe get a retest of the trend line or this support area before we get a new bounce to the upside. So at the moment we are a little bit in indecision place here. Yeah, are we clear about the Dixie? So I can keep going. Just give me a yes or no, or if you have any questions from here. What we can also see, by the way, until you answer if we are clear or not, I just yesterday I just spot this possible head and shoulder here, but of course nothing is this head and shoulder is not done yet, because as you know, we have to break the to have a confirmed head and shoulders, we have to break the neckline, and the neckline is on this major level here. So this level gonna be very hard to break, but if that got broken, of course the head and shoulders gonna be confirmed, and there will be a lot more down from this area to at least retest the lows here. Yeah, so there is also a little possibility of head and shoulders scenario here that we may also take a look at and keep in mind for the coming week. Depends on how the price gonna react in this area and on this level down here. Yeah, so yeah, that was what I had about the Dixie. Let's keep going, and take a look at the gold and silver as I do every week. It looks like gold did find resistant at this level up here. Let's see here. As you see here, at the 9th of February, we did find some support. Price went down and did a retest of this broken structure here. As I said last week, we had this structure is still look a bullish structure, and I did talk about that. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. We had this higher high, higher low, another higher high, and another higher low. Okay, but what happened next week? Sorry, last week. Last week, price did bounce from here to try to break these highs or these resistance here, but we did a test for 2 days. First day got rejected, the next day did another try and got rejected from here. Yeah, so gold couldn't make a new high, couldn't close above this last high. So of course we still have a higher high and a higher low for now. As it looks at the moment, we have an uptrend still. If you're gonna look at the textbook what an uptrend is, you're gonna see that the textbook says as far as you have higher highs and higher lows, the trend is to the upside, and that is what we have right now. But just because we got rejected twice here, we couldn't make a new high when we had this up momentum here, we can start to look for maybe a possible bounce to the downside from here. Yeah, and when we go down to the 4 hour, you're gonna see it a little bit more what I'm talking about. Let me just get rid of those. As you see here, we may have this double top scenario here right now. Price about here, another touch to this area and got rejected down. We did break this level. I did put this line here because I wanted to see if the price gonna break this level. That is a minor support level for me. But this level got broken Friday evening, and as you know, guys, I don't take trades on Fridays so late, so I will be waiting for this for next week and see how price will react. If we do something like this low and some break the lows here, or at least go a little more down and do a retest of this neckline here, then I maybe will be looking for another bounce down if price fail to break this area here, and maybe try to short it to this trend line or all the way down to the support area down here. And if I zoom out a little bit, you see why I'm talking about this level. It's a very good support level now. It was resistance before, and now it is support. As you see here, price did bounce from here a couple of times, and of course we should be looking at that. Another possibility that price maybe break this and a little bit to the upside and give us another head and shoulder scenario here. We are far from that right now, but I like to be at least 1 to 2 steps ahead of the chart, because this possibility, there is a possibility, there's nothing that say price will not break back up and try to retest these highs up here, and that's good to be ready and have a plan what to do if this head and shoulder scenario start to happen there. Yeah, but what we can say, we have on the lower time frame, we have this range that we should be trading off. As you see here, this range is what I'm talking about. Price going up and going down and going up again and going down in this area. Yeah, so you can do it both ways. If you are a counter trend trader, of course you would be short from this level, because your stop loss would be in this area above these highs somewhere here, and that will give you a very good risk to reward, especially when we have this whole move to the downside. Yeah, we have very much room to the downside here. And now, as you see, it looks like we broke this first level. We have another a little bit of trouble lower down. As you see here, we have this whole structure here to take care of, so it's not very clear yet, but of course a little bit more down and a retest and failure and at this level here would be good to try to short it from up here. Looking at the 1 hour, you see that the RSI is getting oversold. That maybe mean that price will find some support in this area and try to bounce back up before it keep going down. Yeah, 4 hour, we're still somewhere in the middle at the RSI, and if we go to the daily, you see that the RSI still have lots of room to the downside, and we also have this divergence to the downside. Yeah, we did have a lower low also here, but not as low as those two, so there is a bit of divergence on the gold too. So at the moment we should be looking for trying to trade this range, another from sell the highs, buy the lows until something of this happens. We break above the range from here, or price break the trend line and this low here, and then we are surely gonna trade much more to the downside and maybe retest of these lows back down here. Yeah, you can see that it's very clear. If we break this trend line and and this support area here, we're gonna have a really good trade also. So it's better to try to sell it from up here, and hopefully it's gonna break and give you a very good trade. But for now, as I said, retest, failure, back down is what I'm be looking at. Even that we had higher highs and higher lows, I think the price is in a good place to sell at the moment. Hello Sabah, nice to meet you. Nice to see you here. You made it, yeah. Hola, hola. So are we clear on gold, or do you have any questions? Let me drink some water and give me a yes or no, so I can keep going. I can't see any questions, so I think we're good here. Silver, as many of you, those of you who follow me, you know that I published an idea when price broke here, and I said wait for a retest and another bounce to the upside. And the retest happened very fast and the price kept going up, so I personally didn't have possibility to enter here. But we had also been talking about this trend line here, and a possibility that when price start to touch it, that we may see some rejection, and we did actually get a little bit of rejection at this level here, and at the same level we have this neckline from back here also. So as expected, that we should have some trouble here, and we did have a little bit of trouble for if we go down to the 4 hour, you see it a little bit more. This was our last high here, and the price got rejected and stopped back here. So are we sure that that was the last high? No, we are not. And if you ask why, and if you've been following me now, you know that I'm gonna be looking always at the structure and the higher highs and the higher lows. So our first place to break is this structure down here. As you see, it was acting as support, as resistant back here. Back here it was resistant. It got broken by this major candle that show when we got another a major candle as this one that break resistant or support. That means the level is a very strong one. And as you see, when that got broken, it got support now, and it was tested 1, 2, 3, 4 times, if not more, and price couldn't make a lower low, and kept going up from here. So if this candle, if the silver open tonight and keep pushing down, this is the first level to look at how price action will react. If we were gonna get rejected another time from here, then you may try to go long for a retest of the trend line and this structure, yeah. But the up momentum have been very good, and we may let me do a little crunch this chart a little bit. If we break this one, this trend line and this resistant area, then the last and major level to look at is this level up here, and I'm gonna go to the daily and show you why. As you see here, this was support broken and got resistant, and price got rejected very strong from this level here. And when it got broken by this daily huge candle here, that all that is those things are signals that price this price level is a very strong area to look at. So yeah, back down we have this area to look at for a bounce and a retest of the highs, and in that way we will be trading with the trend to the upside. Another scenario, if it happens that price break this level down here, then we're gonna maybe be looking for a retest and try to short it to at least this level down here, or a retest of this area back down here where this whole leg started, yeah. So there is some possibility on the silver, but to be following the textbook of trading, of course the trend is up and you want to find buying possibilities on the silver. Try to buy the lows, yeah. If we can look at the Aussie GPY, let's see, I think I have it already. Yeah, we're gonna look at it. I have it already on my watch list. So I will keep going until I get questions. So silver, I think we're clear, and we go to oil. Oh, Sonia, sorry, I didn't see your question until now. When would you enter in gold, like now? Yeah, as I said, gold, if I would short this one, I think I want to see the price. I wouldn't go from here. I would wait for maybe on the 1 hour for this whole leg make a correction to the upside before going back down, yeah. At least a retest of this broken structure, or as what we can do let's say price open already tonight and start going up, then that tells us that this was the last low. So maybe we'll take my Fibonacci retracement tool and see where I have a good Fibonacci level and the structure at the same time. And as you see, the first level is the 23.6, and that's at the same level at this neckline, where I think already that price gonna have some trouble there, or maybe somewhere between the 38 and the 50 area. As you see here, we have this little structure. Yeah, it is an hourly structure, so that's maybe not so strong. Somewhere in this area here, if I want to short it, I will be looking at this level. But we are on the hourly, so even if price try to go all the way up to 61.8, that will be even better, because our stop loss is going to be somewhere in this area. If our entry is higher, then it's much better. We get much better risk to reward. Yeah, so I hope that answer your question, Sonia. Good. USD Jappy, Manohar, USD Jappy is also on the list. We're gonna take a look at it too. Yes, oil. Guys, oil, I don't know. Many people see that oil gonna go up for more from here, but the way it looks for me, that possible it may happen. But anyway, we're still in this range here, as you see, between the 54.30 area and the 51.37 is where oil is trading right now. And what you actually can do at a scenario like this, oil is not trending very strong, it is in a range mode. What you can do in this scenario here, as we said before, here we had this structure, this range, as you saw here when I said sell the oil from this level, we did got this whole move from up here to the downside, and this level was already marked, and the price just did another leg up the whole way. It did a mirror trade where it took back this whole move down back to the upside, and now we are in the middle, or a little bit the highs, little bit of the highs of the range, not the extreme highs, but a little bit high. And yeah, what we should do is keep trading this this range here, wait for price to do a retest up here, and if you see a rejection, as you saw here before, then you try to short it to at least this level, and if this level got broken, you try to short back down to the trend line, or even down to this support area. And when if price do test this level first before test of the highs, then what you can do is try to find an entry reason at this area here and try to trade it to the upside until one of two things happens. This structure got broken, we got a retest and a failure that shows that the breakout is a confirmed breakout and not a fake one, as happened here before. As you see, we had this fake breakout and price went back down to the range. So what we can do, if price breakout, you wait for a retest and a failure for price to break down again, that show you that the breakout is not fake, and then you try to find an entry reason to go long from here. another scenario that we break this level and you do the same thing. You wait for it, retest for the structure that show you that the breakout is confirmed, and try to trade it to the downside. So you have many possibilities here. Sell the highs, buy the lows from this level down here until the ranging area is broken. I'm not in oil, but short looks better for me. Yeah, I can understand why, Healer. Many people say that oil price is high now, but it depends on high relative to what. If we're talking relatively to, let's go to the daily. If we're talking oil, oil price is high relative to when oil was back down at 27, of course it is high. But if we go weekly and say that oil price is high relatively to when it was back up here or up here, it's not so high. So of course the major trend was very strong to the downside, and oil have much left to show us if we're really gonna think long and long-term long, because as you see on the weekly we have this 61.50 area that need to be broken before we can start very long-term long on oil. So of course you can say that the price is high if you are talking about relatively to this low. It is high, and you may try to short it from here, but talking relatively to back in these days up here, it's not so high. Yeah. So as a swing trader, for me at the moment I'm gonna be trading this channel until one of those scenarios happens and we get a break for either to the downside or to the upside. Yeah. So yeah, that was about oil. Let's go to the Aussie pairs. Aussie did some good moves last week. Some went good, make money on some of them, and lost some money on Aussie New Zealand. Actually, my stop loss got hit. I entered a little bit early on the short side. So yeah, Aussie CAD, if we go to the daily, you see that this structure here is still respected. We did another retest back up in this area at 0084 area here, and got rejected very strongly to the downside again, and we did a retest of this trend line. So what I'm watching right now is that we have this little ranging area, and we have this confirmed trend line. As you know, we have 1, 2, 3 touches, now 4 touches. So this trend line is a confirmed trend line, and the level is a good strong resistance. So selling from back up here wouldn't be wrong at all. And those who did sell this, they are in profit right now. And what we should be looking at the moment, if we go down to the 4 hour, is of course a break of the trend line, and maybe price keep pushing down to at least a retest of these lows down here. And if it break, then we may see a retest of these lows, or even more down to back down here. Yeah. Because we are in a short-term uptrend, of course, but still we didn't have a new highs. We have, of course, a higher high here, We are doing higher lows if we're talking a 4-hour time frame, but we still don't have a major new high yet. We have equal highs all the way up here. So at the moment, of course, when you see a rejection like this one from here, and now we start another rejection, you want to think short at this level. I wouldn't buy from here under resistance, of course. The only thing that may make me gonna buy this pair is a break of this level, a retest, and maybe a retest of this high. Then I would be thinking long. But even that we are doing higher lows, we didn't get a really new higher high yet. As you see, these highs are not broken yet. We have almost equal highs here. So from this level, I will be looking for short scenarios on the Aussie pairs, but I will be looking for a safe way to enter, and that by going down to the 4-hour or to the 1-hour, and yeah, wait for a break of trend line, retest, and sell it back down. First take profit should be somewhere on this level, and if that got broken, then we can see a retest of these lows. Yeah. Aussie New Zealand is where I lost last week. I think, let's see, where was my entry? Yeah, I did actually enter here when this candle broke this structure down here, and I was hoping for more down momentum, but it went against me almost directly, and my stop loss was somewhere in this area, and as you see here, this candle came and hit my stop loss, and that was what was a losing trade, but I did much more pips on the Euro Aussies that we can look at later. So let's talk about what structure we have now. It was a crazy leg up, as you see here. Very good momentum, very parabolic, like a rocket. It went up, and first was I was looking at this channel. It got broken and didn't show any sign of trouble. The same thing happened when it broke this level. No signs of trouble. And then we had a little bit of trouble when we tried to break the highs back here, and at last, when price came to the 1.0706 area here, we had this 3 days of indecision here. Yeah, as you see, we have rejections from the upside, we have rejection from the downside, and then we got rejected back down. So what's going on this pair right now? A lot of indecision, but of course this huge pin bar to the downside can tell us that there is some pressure, and we may have found the resistance that we was looking at, because this level is a very good level. As you see, last time price were here, it got rejected down very fast, and another time when we did this whole leg here started from back up here on this area. So it is a clear supply level up here, and we have all those tests that got failed, and price went all the way down again. So of course the price is in a good resistance level that we should be watching for short, and this candle here and the RSI being very overbought here may give us some signs that we may see a break to the downside maybe next week. I hope so, because I'm still watching this bear. And what I want to see this time, let me make this a little bit better, is a break of these lows down here. If I put this line here, it's gonna be much better. We may have another head and shoulder scenario here, as you see, maybe here, left shoulder and the head a little bit higher. And now if price go up here, but not give us a higher high than the head, then we may have our head and shoulder scenario here. But of course, this leg, if this leg break the head, then we don't have a head and shoulder. But if price, let's say price go up to this level and start to go down, then a break of this neckline should be confirming the head and shoulders. You may enter aggressively by just a break of the neckline for short, or wait for a retest. And the first level you should be looking at is here. As you see here, we have all the structure back here. So your first take profit level should be here, and if this got broken, of course the next level gonna be this trend line and this structure down here. Yeah, because of course price have been going up for a while now, and it is a good level to look for a short opportunity. And if you look at how the wave, the trend wave have been, you have this first push, very strong up, a correction down, and another very strong push to the upside. But then when price get to this level, as you see, the momentum is not so strong anymore. Those two pushes is very strong, and the third, this third wave is not at all as strong as these two down here. So that's why I'm looking for shorting opportunity on this pair, and that is how I would trade this one. So of course, if we see another retest of the highs here, we go down to the 1 hour maybe, and look for rejection, or you simply can put your limit order somewhere up here and your stop loss about in this area up here, and see if price will reverse. Or you can wait and see if look for evidence if you're a more conservative trader and you want to see a pin bar or engulfing candle as this big one here, and then you short after that engulfing candle, or after you got your pin bar or double top, or whatever entry reason you're looking at. Yeah, so that was my view on Aussie and New Zealand. Let's keep going. Aussie USD, this one, all the Aussie pair actually have the same three waves. As you see, very strong wave here. Wave 2 was a little bit shorter, and now wave 3 is also you can feel that there is not much steam left in this third move here. And we've been I've talked about this level in my last week weekly overview, and said that we have this resistant or supply area here. As you see, when price was at this level, got rejected down all the way, and many tests made on this level, and we couldn't make a higher high than this one. Then we had this trend line that started to be confirmed. We have 2 touches, and now we have almost another third touch here from last week. And what we have for now is this pin bar or rejection candle on the daily here. This was our first rejection sign, and Friday was another push to the downside. What make Aussie USD go back to this ranging area, as you see here on the 4-hour. The Aussie went back to this range, and we have now a lots of structure to look at. So to trade this pair, you have some structure that you have to look at, and that you maybe, if you are a trader that don't like trades that may go a little bit slow, then you maybe should not trade this one, because we have, at first we have to break this structure here to the downside. So price gonna come here, and we surely gonna find some support, and it may bounce back up a little bit or all the way up, we don't know for now. Then if this got broken, we have this structure back here that we should be looking at to see if it's gonna get broken. And then we have a third place to look at, and this is this structure back here, when we had this cup handle scenario that will also act as support. As you see, it's a very strong level down here. It have been resistant support many times, and it's gonna give some trouble for price to keep going now. So yeah, if you want to trade this one, just you have to know that you have some troubles on the way. It's not one move all the way down. I don't think so. Price used to respect those structure, and I can see that we may have some respect here again. But of course, no one can be sure. We may have some big news or something that's gonna be a catalyst for and make the price hit down very fast. But for now, we don't guess anything. We take one swing at a time and go from there. If I go to the 1 hour, you can see that we have this this down move here. It was a very strong one, and now price maybe trying to make a bear flag with this correction to the upside. You can wait for a break of this channel here, break of the flag, and enter, and your top first take profit should be somewhere here. Or if you want, you can wait for and see if price gonna retest a little bit higher, maybe a retest of this very good structure up here. As you see here, it was a very good resistance back here, here also, and then it was support and got broken very strong. What you can also do, if you wanna take a lower risk trade, you wait for retest of this structure, this neckline up here, and try to trade it from the highs here to at least this level, or even all the way back here, down here. Yeah. So that is another scenario to do this. Aussie, I don't see anything else than short when we have price so high, and many people keep saying why not price keep going up, and of course that may happen. I don't say that it's impossible that we maybe have just another leg down here and price break this high, but as I see it right now, and as the fundamentals for the dollars, it shouldn't go it's not the best possibility that price gonna break this level and keep going up from here right now. And what we also can see that this divergence is very strong when price going up and the RSI is going down. So we have divergence, we have strong resistance, we have this trend line, many things, and we have this pin bar on the daily that show a rejection from this level here. So there is not another more than shorting for me to look from this level. Okay, are we clear on Aussie USD? I think so. Aussie Jappy. Let's see how. Yeah, it is trading above the 100 and 200 MA also on the daily. And it is also as many Jappy charts, we broke this downtrend and had this very strong move to the upside. What Aussie did last week, it gave us this it broke actually this trending range here. We had this small range here, and what I remember from my other weekly webinars, I said I wouldn't be very shocked if I see a break of the highs here. Yeah, those of you who follows me know that we talked about this area, because it looks like price were building up for a breakout. Yeah, and it did actually break out, but it wasn't long lived. As you see, price got rejected back down, and if we look left, we see that we have this supply area. Let me make this a little bit bigger so you can see it. As you see here, we had this this whole move here started back up here, and that may be our supply area that made price got rejected very fast from when it came to this level. So if we're gonna talk textbook on this pair, we have actually, we did broke the highs. We have a new high, and right now we are putting a new higher low. We are not sure where this move gonna end at the moment. We have this trend line that may be gonna be respected. We don't know for now. We should wait for next week and see what may happen. The price find support at the trend line or find support back down at this level. And what we should be looking at, maybe if price break the trend line and go down to this level down here, the 85.5 area, maybe look for rejection here and try to trade it with the trend to the upside, because we have this range, and that's what we should be trading for now until we get a break of to the upside or to the downside. But I say it one more time, if you're gonna talk textbook, we have broken the highs here and here and here, and we have a new higher high, and the textbooks should be saying here that you're gonna be trading long from for this pair just because you have broken. So what we should wait and see if this breakout was a fake one or not, and the way to know that is that price finds support somewhere here, that we don't make a new lower low, because if we make a new lower low under this area, then this uptrend is over and price should be heading down. So if price finds support again here, you can try to trade it back up and see if we're gonna retest these highs or maybe broke them. If we break them, that will be a very, very long move to the upside. Okay, are we clear on this one? Yeah, Hiller, I am bearish too on Aussie and Aussie USD, and I showed you my reasons for that. Yeah, So let's see what how it looks next week. I have also CAD JAPI on my list, and if we go to the daily, you see that we've been trading in this range as almost as Aussie JAPI, is that we had this little range after this whole move, and that should be very natural that price after this so strong up move that it's gonna take a breath and maybe correct to the downside a little bit, or as it happens here, we are ranging between those two levels. Yeah. What we had from last week, that we couldn't break these highs. We did get a lower high, as you see here. So what we should be looking at is wait for price to retest these lows back down here and try to go long and trade this channel to at least a retest of the highs back up here. Of course, if not, price goes and break below these lows here, then that should mean that we may keep going for more down. At the moment, what we have is a ranging market that we should be buying these lows and selling these highs until one of them got broken. We have also a little bit of this downtrend that been, as you see here, tested 1, 2, 3, and 4 times, and it should be broken for the upside or to the downside. But what we should be looking for is trading price from the lows, buy it here, sell it up here until the range is broken. Yeah. So that what I have about CAD GPY. No new highs, and we should be looking for if we're gonna get new lows or not. If we don't get that, we got rejection from here, we buy it to a retest of the trend line at least. Next on the list, Sterling New Zealand. We did test this broken structure here one time here when it got broken, first retest. Then we tested 2 days in a row here, and then we tested 3 days here, and we couldn't break up to the upside here, and it looks like Friday was also another one day with lots of pressure from the upside. As you see, this long wick from the upside that show you that price went up all the way and got rejected down again. So what we have here is this little flag that's forming on the 4 hour. Let me go down to the 4 hour. What we have here is this flag that may be forming right now. If you like to trade flags, you should be waiting for a break of this trend line, maybe a break, wait for a retest to be more sure, a failure back up here, and trade it down to at least to see if it's gonna retest these lows, or you have some structure also back down here to look at first. What you also can do, if on this pair, if it's gonna retest the highs up here and wait for a shorting opportunity. But as I said, it looks like we did break this structure, this minor structure. We are on the 4 hour now. We did break this minor structure here, so let's see, and did also a retest of structure. We couldn't break back up, and price got rejected down. We have some wicks from the downside, so it's a bit of indecision area. So what the more safe way is to trade this as a bearish flag, a break, and maybe a retest of the lows here, or these lows back down here. Yeah. You're welcome, Sabah. Thank you to being here. Are you leaving us, or are you just saying thanks? Sterling USD. I'm a little bit unsure about this pair, but another time we are sitting here at this level, on this support level. As you see, it's a very clear level. You can see it even if you never traded in your life. You can see the trouble that price had here before. So it goes back all the way to this area here. The structure is very clear that this level is getting more and more major, and price having a little bit lots of trouble. As you see here, it was resistant, it was support, resistant again, and now it was acting as support many times. And we are sitting on that level right now. We had also this what you can see here, this triangle at the moment, and what we should be waiting for is a break of this triangle to the upside or to the downside. It looks more and more that the pressure is to the downside. As you see, we couldn't make new highs, we are just making lower lows, but we also making a little bit of higher lows also. So not very clear yet, but we have a major structure here that should be broken before we trade this for more downside. So as it looks like, we may have the pressure is coming more from the upside than the downside. So wait for a break of this structure. If that happens, wait for retest to be sure that the break is not a fake one, as it happens. As you see here, we had this fake breakout. Many traders went short on this candle, and price just reversed all the way back up here. So the safest way is to look for a retest, and when you find that the retest, as you see here, we had this retest and it was failed, then price kept going down. So you should be waiting for something similar to this, a retest, a failure, and shorting from this level. Well, the price is very low at the moment, but we still have some room to the downside, and the trend is to the downside also, so why not? Okay. And if we found that this support gonna hold another time here, then what we want to see is a break of this trend line, a retest, and maybe try to trade it back up to this level. But I would prefer to see more to the downside. So for me, if you are gonna trade this one, if this trend line breaks, I will be waiting up here to try to short it back down. Yeah. So for me, I'm just looking for short, a breakdown here or a retest, and short it from this high. That's good that you're still here, Sabah. So yeah, Euro Aussie is also in my list. This trade, this pair gave me a very good trading opportunity last week, and I'm gonna show you what trade I am talking about, but let's start with the daily or also the weekly, just to show you how low we are right now. So the weekly show us that we are at these lows back from actually we had the break of these lows was back in June 2013. We did break and retest. We did many retests to this level, and now we are sitting at this level again. The only time we broke this level was back here in 2010. Prices did break this level and retested, kept going down and found support and pushed all the way back up. Yeah, so this is a major level we are sitting at now, and this is weekly. And as you see, when price did touch this level on the weekly, we did got this doji candle, or yeah, it is a doji, and the wicks are more from the downside, so that show us that we have rejection from the downside. And having this doji at this level do show us that price found support. We go back down to the daily, and what you see is this huge candle back here. It did engulf to almost 3 days. Yeah, so that was another reason to look at this pair and see if we have a long opportunity from here, because the level and the price is very low relatively to what we have before. And we did actually found support and did a really good bounce to the upside, and we did break, let me show you, we did break and close above this last high. That is also good. That may be telling us that this downtrend is over now. Of course, let me make this a little bit bigger. As you see here, the close wasn't very huge or major close above, but it is still above, and we had a new high. So for now, we had a higher high than this high, and this was our last low. What I did trade last week, let me show you this. I did trade this double bottom here. As you see, this is the first time price touched here, found support, and we got this pin bar, and price went back up to this structure, couldn't make a new high, went back down. And when I saw this rejection here on this candle, I started to look at this neckline to be broken to trade it. So I did enter at this candle here. I went down to the 15-minute and did my entry down here. And as you see, price went up very good and very fast. That show us that we did broke these lows, these highs, sorry, here. And because it was a very fast move up, of course you can expect that price gonna retrace, and that's what exactly it did. It did a retracement and a retest of the neckline. That is something that happens all the time, so nothing to worry about. My stop loss was somewhere below these candles here, so I was expecting a retest of the neckline. It happens a lot. It happens a lot, especially when you trade the double bottom or the double top, or if you trade the head and shoulders. You're gonna see that happen many times. And of course, we did a retest, and price went all the way back up here in my favor. My take profit was a little bit higher. My take profit was somewhere in this area. I was looking for a retest of this structure. I didn't get that, what happened, price retraced it back down, and that was also nothing to worry about, because you may see a retest of a new broken structure. As you see, we had this higher high, it got broken, but this major candle, and it happens all the time that price, when break a major level, it do a retest. Then when price went back up here, and we got this double top, and we start getting these indecision candles, I closed this trade because I didn't see a break of this high. So it gave me a very good trade, and I did a new entry on this one when it made this this flag. As you see here, we had this flag on the hour. I did trade, I enter on this candle, and again when I had rejection on the 15-minute here, I did close this trade with a little bit of profit. It wasn't much. So what we have right now, the price is did break this minor structure. It's hourly structure. So if we're gonna talk structure about this pair, we go to the 4-hour. What we can see, to not be confused, just take the major swings. This is a low, this is last high, this is our last low, and now this is our last high. This last high is higher than this high, and that tell me that price may keep going up. What may happen here, that price retest the neckline another time, and that will maybe give us a head and shoulder scenario, as you see here. That's a very clear one. If it happened, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, if of course price did do find support here and start to going up. Yeah. So next week I am waiting for this retracement here, because I will try and trade the 2618. Those of you who don't know what a 2618 trade is, you can go to my channel, and I have a video about that, how to trade it. But I can take it another time here fast. We have this double bottom here, and we have our last high here. What we can do is we take the Fibonacci retracement tool from the lows to the highs in this case, because it is a double bottom, and you do the opposite when it is a double top, and I draw the Fibonacci. And of course the 2618, you should have a double bottom or a double top first confirmed, as this one is confirmed because price went above the neckline. And what I will be looking at is the 61.8 Fibonacci, and that 61.8 it came down here in confluence with this neckline and this structure here. It's give me another reason for try to take the trade. And what you do is you put a limit order back down here in this area, or you wait for price to get down here and give you some evidence, some bullish evidence. Yeah. So we have a 2618 scenario on this pair, and I will be surely watching this level to try to go long from here for at least a retest of this of these highs, or a retest of this broken structure back down here. Yeah, you see it's very clear structure that price if price keep going up from here, gonna surely will try to retest to break this structure. Yeah. So if this happens next week, it's gonna be maybe the trade of the week, as it happens last week also. So this for now is my favorite scenario, and is my favorite trade that I will be looking at for next week. Any question about this trade or this pair or the 2618, or should I keep going because the list is a bit long this week? And I go to Euro Sterling, and let's go to the daily and put on some moving average, so I let you see why price having some problem in this area. Yeah, Sabah, you know what, the 2618, yeah, you did take a very good trade last week. Was it Sterling New Zealand? Yeah. Well, happy for you for this for that trade, because you should be you should did lots of pips on that one. Yeah, Euro Sterling. As you see, the daily chart, the trend was clear uptrend, as you see here. This trend line here. So we have an uptrend, and our last high, if we're gonna talk structure, because you know I love to talk structure, our last high was up here. We did break this neckline and went down all the way back down to these lows here. We didn't see a new low, so our last lows still sitting on this level, the 83-ish area. So there is no new low here. So what we have at the moment is this ranging area, as you see here. We have also our 200 daily EMA that is kissing this trend line many times, and as you see, price did test the 200 EMA back down here, and now it did another retest of the 200 EMA, and we have also the 100 EMA going a straight line almost here in this area. So what I'm seeing here is the price having this small range between those two, and one of them should be broken to us to be more sure on which way to go. Yeah, so we did break this trend line the week before, and price went back up and retest the trend line and got rejected back down, as you see with this last Friday candle. And of course we may have more to the downside here. It looks so. If you're gonna look at this last structure, we do have we had this higher last high here. We make a new lower low, a new lower high, another lower low. This low is lower than this low, and we may got our first lower high last Friday. So we have to wait for the opening tonight and see if this is our last lower low. Then of course we should be looking for maybe more to the downside from the retest of the trend line to at least retest the 200 EMA or this structure, or maybe to see price try to retest this structure back down here. Yeah, because it is clear if we look in short term that we have lower lows and lower highs, and that should be telling us, especially when we had this retest and rejection, that we may see more to the downside on this one. And what we should be looking at, if price keep going down, maybe try to buy these lows for another bounce up, because the level is a very strong one and shouldn't be broken very easy. But is it impossible? No, nothing is impossible. But if that got broken, then oh boy, we have a lots of room to the downside. Our first trouble area should be somewhere here. I have very hard to see that we could gonna see that any soon, but yeah, we never know. So as I always say, we take it one step at a time. From here, if you're gonna short, you're gonna go down to the 4 hour or maybe 1 hour. It's up to you how you trade, but the 4 hour, as you see here, you had this down move, correction to the upside. What you want to see is a break of this trend line, a retest, and try to trade it more to the downside. That is one scenario. Or you wait and see if price gonna actually retest all the way back up here. That is possible also, but if we just gonna look structure, we have our first lower low here, lower than this low, and as you see here, so we may had our lower high also, lower than this high here, and we should be looking for more to the downside to talk textbook trading. Yeah, Lafayette, you are late. Yes. No, it wasn't. It's always on my page on Sundays, so you should subscribe to my channel to get the notifications, and you would never miss any video or any live session. Sabah, yeah, I actually do trade all these pairs, but of course not all the time. I have a big watch list, but I do not trade all of them. But I look at all of them to try to find the best setups and the easiest one for me to see. Yeah, so yeah, let's keep going. Euro Jappy, what's happened last week? We had this this channel we've been trading in, the upper side of the channel, and now last week price did break to the lows. We got our first lower low after this ranging area here. We did put another lower high, and of course we've been looking for more to the downside to at least retest this level back down here at the 50 Fibonacci retracement. Yeah, because if price next week or tonight open and break these last low, we surely be testing this level here, and what we may be looking at is if you want to trade this one to buy to trend with the trade with the trend, you should be looking for what will happen when price reach this area, if we're gonna bounce already from this level, or if it will actually break this minor structure here and retest these lows back here. But don't forget this major rejection back here at the 5th of December. As you see here, this clear this clear rejection from here gonna give us another reason to think that this level gonna be a very strong one, because as you see here, this rejection was very huge, and if it looks like we have a really good demand area back down here. Yeah, but short term we have our first lower low, lower high, lower low, another lower high, and we are waiting to see if we're gonna get another lower low back down here to try to trade it back up to at least this level, or if it's gonna broken to the top of the channel. Very hard to tell for now if we're gonna do that, but what we can see that this strong momentum may keep going to the downside. we have some room left. And if we put our 200 and 100 daily EMAs, you see the 100 EMA is hitting up here from the downside, and when price touch it, we may have some trouble. And this trend line gonna be, as you see here, at this structure that we have before, rejection at from before. So this structure back down here also, as you see, may give us some rejection. And we have also there the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement. So look at this structure at first, go down to a lower time frame at the 4 hour and the 1 hour, and see how price will react, because as you see here, we did bounce from it very strong, but this momentum down was also very strong. So at first watch this level, the 119.500 area. Look for entry reason for long if you see a rejection here, to try to retest the highs. And if this level got broken, this low got broken, then we're gonna may retest the 118 area. Yeah. That good Lafayette, good. You should get notification from now on if you did subscribe. So Euro Jappy, are we clear, or do we have any question on that? And by the way, Lafayette, this is recorded, so when we're done, you just go back to the site and to YouTube and watch the start of the webinar. That should be recorded, as I said. EURUSD. What did EURUSD do last week, guys? Let's see. Do I still have that picture? No. Anyway, I did publish a picture in the Forex Gods Facebook group about how news, how when we got very good news, but the EURUSD didn't do as it had to, because when we had the news, we were trading these two candles. Let's see, 11. Yeah, we was trading this candle here. Let's go down to the 1 hour. This candle was the news candles. Yeah, we had a great USA news, and that should of course make the EURUSD go down. What happened? That we got actually this down reaction, but when price hit this level, the 1.052 area, we found support. I was in this trade. I did trade this flag, as I published it on the group. Many of you know that I was in this bearish flag trade, and then we got another flag, and then we got the news. So it did give me a very good momentum to the downside, but when I saw this clear rejection down here, I went down to the 15 minute, and as you see here, when this candle closed above this this one, I did close my trade because it didn't look good at all. And of course, I was also talking with many of you about how strong this level may be, because it was, as you see here, we had this test here, we have this rejection, very strong rejection back down here, we had rejection here, and then it got broken and acted as resistance. So, and many tests here, and last week price did find lots of demand down here and went all the way up, even though the news was very bullish for the dollar. Yeah, so that was very strange. And what we have at the moment is a correction of this whole move, maybe a correction, we can't be sure for now. But what happens that the price did a correction to the 50% Fibonacci and start to go down again, and did break this this structure back down again. Yeah, so we are now trading under this structure again. We didn't make a really major new high. Of course we did broke those minor highs, but for me the major high in this case is if we're gonna make something like this area up here is for me is the major high, and this down here is our last low. So if price would do that move back down, retest and break this high, then of course I will be looking back to retest of this level up here. Yeah, so at the moment we did break back down, and we should be breaking back down because the fundamentals for the dollars are actually very strong, and this whole move was very strange move. Just a moment, I just lost the chat. Okay, we're back. So I'm back. So yeah, what we have right now is let me show you this daily picture. I will be showing you all the possibilities on this pair. What we have on the daily, there is a possibility of head and shoulders, even though I will say that another time. Don't forget the dollar fundamentals are very strong for now. So we have this possible head and shoulders. We shouldn't be not looking for that, because it is there, and it is very clear. I think this is our last low. We have this and this right shoulder that formed right now. Okay, head and shoulders, how do they be confirmed? To confirm this one, we should wait to see a break of the neckline. This is our neckline. Okay, so for now this is also only a possibility, nothing more than that. Just because I draw a head and shoulders, that don't mean that we're gonna have an actual head and shoulders. I'm just giving you all the opportunities. So if price really go and break this level up here, this neckline, I will not go long from here until we break these this level up here. If we break this level, of course, and a retest that will show us a failure to break back down, then of course we can look for more long from up here. The trend, the major trend is to the downside, but we have this head and shoulders, and we should be just have that in mind, nothing else. That is the whole idea. So nothing for sure there. Yeah, this was one scenario. The second scenario on the lower time frame, as I said many times before, we had this whole move. Let's go to the daily. We had this whole correction move, and it's a clear correction move because we were going down very strong. As you see, first push was strong, second push was strong, and the third push was, if you compare these three moves to this one, those three are a very down momentum. The down trend is very clear here. So when we did this move up, I did say that we had this look like a correction only for this whole move. And I said also in one of my weekly webinars that I had actually my sell orders just somewhere in this area above this last high. I didn't get triggered, so I did enter this down move manually after this rejection. So we've been waiting for this correction to end, and it actually did. But we also did get this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, almost 11 days of very strong momentum to the downside. So this move up is not a strange move up. Price need to take a breath before keep going down. So for now, we will be looking for, what I will be looking at is try to see if we get this retest of the broken structure, and if it shows some rejection back up here, try to trade it all the way back down and take profit here. Okay, so we should have some entry places back down here. If you go down to the 1 hour, you see we had this a little bit of double top, a retest of that. This could be a 2618 trade, and what we can wait for, maybe a retest of this level, or maybe you can wait and see if it's gonna give you a bear flag, something like this, and a break of the flag to try to trade it back down to the downside. Yeah, so even though we got this very good momentum to the upside, I can't see for now any other reason to go long from this area. We are in the middle of those two levels here, so find the entry reason for short from here and try to ride it down. But don't forget, this level is gonna be another problem area that euro dollar should handle. So if this level got broken, then of course the next problem area are this structure. The extreme lows of this year are back down here. Yeah, are we clear on that? New Zealand JP, another losing trade for me from last week, and many of you did see that, because I did publish it on the group. And as you know, I was looking for this structure when we got this higher low and another higher high that broke this structure. I did this first, this Fibonacci, and then I took another Fibonacci retracement and put it from this low to this high, and I got this confluence with the 61.8 and the 38.2, and that we have a lots of structure at the same level. All that together gave me a reason to go long from this area. So let me clear the chart a little bit to tell you when I did enter. This candle came, this is a 4 hour, let's go down to the 1 hour. When this candle here came, that was my entry reason, because it was at that level I was watching, and that told me that we may found support here, and I did enter on the next candle when it broke the highs of the pin bar. And as you see, price went a little bit to my favor, but then it reversed it all the way back down here, and this nice good candle did hit my stop loss that was somewhere in this area down here. and I took a loss about 38 or 40 pips. And trust me guys, I wasn't at all sad for that, because that's life in trading. I was actually not sad at all. I did follow my rules. The level was very good. I had my plan. I did wait for my entry reason, that was this pin bar, and it went against me. So what? If I did take this trade and I did lots of mistake, then I should be maybe angry and sad and say some bad things to myself, but I actually didn't. It was a good trade that didn't go in my favor, so I did took a look at it, didn't see that I did anything wrong, forget it, and just kept trading, and the second ones were on the other pairs went very good. So yeah, that was a little bit about my losing trade from last week. So let's keep going with this pair. What we have new now is that price is trying to retest of course this structure, and I am almost sure that we're gonna see a retest of this structure here back down here next week, and there is where I will be looking for another bounce to try to buy this one from down here. Because guys, as you see, let's go to the daily. We can't ignore this level. It is a very good one. As you see here, it's a clear level. Price did have a lots of trouble to break back down. We had this rejection back here also. So even though I did get a loss on this pair, of course I will be making a new plan to enter somewhere in this area. If it give me a good entry reason back down here, I will be waiting maybe on the 4 hour or on the 1 hour and try to see how price will react back down here. Yeah, because yeah, it is a good level, and of course this is our ranging area, and right now if price did test these lows, then that means that we are testing the extreme lows, and our risk to reward will be very, very good, because as you see here, we had this fake breakout back down here, and we have these also fake breakout with lots of rejection back down here. So trading from this area, maybe something like this, look for a take profit somewhere, a retest of these highs, and stop loss, let's say something below this last high. And if you wanna be more sure, and you can put it below this structure back down here. This was most major low. Yeah, so you can, if price do a retest down here and you put your stop loss somewhere below this last low here, major low, that will give you a risk to reward of 0.8. yeah, 67 pips stop loss, not bad at all. And if it goes all the way back up to retest these highs, that's gonna give you about 188 pips. Yeah, so looking at the risk to reward, it's a very risk to reward scenario here, and the level is very good. If you want to be more sure, you can add more filters. Let's maybe add 20 moving average on the 4 hour, and what you can do is wait for on the 4 hour with the 20 moving average on, and wait for price to go down and break the 20 moving average, and when it break and close above that on the 4-hour, you enter on the next open candle. Yeah, that will give you another filter to not pick the absolute bottom or the top. That will give you more breathing room and give you more to get you more sure as it happens. As you see here, we got, when this got broken, you could enter at the next candle and you put your stop loss above this 4-hour candles that broke the 20 moving average, and the price did a retest of the trend line and kept going down all the way back here. So that's another way to put some more filters to keep you out from bad trades. But of course I will be looking for long. As you see, when price did touch back down here, the RSI was oversold and price went up all the way here, and now we have same scenario. RSI is also oversold, and we should be looking for buy from the lows. Yeah. Next, USD CAD. So what happened with USD CAD? It was a very interesting week on this pair, and as I said my last weekly, that we are actually having lower lows, as lower highs, but we still have we didn't break this structure yet. We still have almost the same level on the lows, and last week, as you see here, this pair was very ugly to trade. Lots of rejection from the both sides. If we take a look at the wicks, we have indecision, we have rejection from the downside, we have rejections from the upside. That pair wasn't clear where it wanted to go last week, and when this start to happen, that show us that the area is a very good or very important area for price action. So I will keep watching this level. When this happened, when we got when price broke this trend line on the 4-hour, I was looking to see if we will have more momentum to the upside and a retest, but price got rejected back down very fast with this second candle here, and it did enter back under the trend line. So this for me is not a retest. This for me was only fake out. So the trend line for the downside is not broken yet, and from here we shouldn't be looking for anything else than a break to the downside, a retest, more down, or a real break to the upside, retest of both structure and trend line, failure, and maybe a retest of these highs or these highs. Those are the possibilities from here on the USD CAD, nothing else, because price is getting very compact as this area here. So trading from this one to the downside is not a good idea. As you see, the area is very small, so what you should be looking at, a breakdown, retest, and more down, or break to the upside, retest on the more to the upside. Yeah, nothing else on this pair to look at, in my opinion. USD JAPY, where are we? The same scenario, good news, but still the US dollar went down. The short do what the short want to do. So we did find support of this level as expected. Price did try to make a new high. We couldn't make a new high. We got rejected back down, as you see here. So we are sitting back down at this structure here when we go down to the 4 hour, you're gonna see what structure I'm talking about. But at the moment we have this, we have the lows of the structure here and the highs are here. So we have this little ranging area that we been trading from. So on the 4 hour, you can see that we had this structure here that got broken back down here. Let me make it a little bit more clear. Not you, this one. So we had this support back here, two bounce from here, another bounce, and then it got broken. Something like order block created here, and price went back up, but we couldn't see a new high, and that's why we couldn't be more sure for more upside, because at first we have to break these highs to start to think for more long. That didn't happen, and that's why we are waiting now to see how price will react from after this move. It looks like it's making a little bit of flag. If we go down to the 1 hour and crunch this chart a little bit, you will see that much more clear. We had this whole move, flag, breakdown, another move, and now we are getting this flag. But this flag, I wouldn't trade this flag, because as you see we have this neckline and this structure. I think price gonna have some trouble to break down. If it do break down, of course the next level should be these lows at this double bottom back down here. Yeah. So this flag right now, it's not tradable in my opinion, even though we have lower lows and lower highs and all that, but I'm not too clear in my view here. But if I see that price do a retest here, I will be looking to go long from this level. I'm not sure if I will be taking a long from this area where price is right now, before I see a break of these highs. I wouldn't be going long, because that could be just another retest of broken structure and price keep going down. So a long for me, if price didn't go all the way down to give me a reason to buy from these low and start to go up here, I want to see a break of this high here, a retest, and then maybe I'll try to go long to a retest of these highs up here. Yeah. So USD JAPY clear, and my last one is USD Turkish lira. I remember a guy publishing something about this pair for a long time in the Forex group, Forex Gods Facebook group, and everyone was jumping on the guy, and that because he was talking about going short somewhere in this area, and everyone was like crazy. Why to go long? The trend has been up for many years, and I know that also, because if you look at the monthly, this pair have only one way, and that is the upside. But I did actually say in that discussion that we may now have a little bit of room to the downside, because those push was, as you see here, was very strong and crazy to the upside. And we start when the idea was published by that guy, was somewhere here, and when I saw those rejections, as you see here, those 2 days, and another time we got this one, and we had this double top scenario. It's a perfect double top scenario here, and we had this wonderful divergence on the RSI that wouldn't be a nothing else to look at than a short from at such high here, even though the trend was very strong to the upside. Well, I am a reversal trader also, and I do lots of reversals, much more than trend continuation, and that was of course a place for me to look and go short on this pair. And I did actually take some trades with this one. But what we have now on this one, as you see, we are on the daily. We did just break this neckline, this perfect double top, and we did break the neckline. We did a retest, and price kept going down even though the dollar is very strong. And what we have also, let's make some structure here. Last high, another higher low. This was the first lower high. This is our first lower low. That means this uptrend was over. Another lower high. And last week, Friday, we did actually break this structure up here, and we have now another lower low than this one. So what I'm looking at is this area down here. I want to see how price action will react, because this level looks a very good one to watch for a trend continuation trend from trade from here. Let's put a moving average. As you see, the 100 is heading up from the downside. The 50 just got broken. So what we will be watching, if this area, this level here, gonna hold or not. So if when price do retest this structure here, I will go down to the 4 hour or to the 1 hour and see if we get any bullish evidence back down here at this structure, and try to take a trend continuation trade from this structure here. Yeah, so this level down here, what will be very interesting to me to try to jump on this wonderful trade, because it actually don't give you a lots of opportunities to jump in. This is our first structure that is clear structure where we can wait and see if price gonna give us a possibility for a long. Yeah, we had this one here, but this was very hard to read how price will react, and as you see, it is very, very strong to the upside. So trend continuation traders should be waiting somewhere at, in this area here to try to jump on this trend that hopefully gonna go a lot more to the upside. Because if this level got broken, we're gonna retest at least these lows back down here, or even more if we crunch this chart. You see the move down is crazy, but it's a very strong uptrend, and what we should be looking at is a trend continuation scenario from this level. Yeah. Yeah. USD Turkey looks like SPX 500. It's the SPX 500 is looking crazy. So guys, I think we've been going on for about 2 hours now. Do you have any more questions? I will give this another 5 minutes, but not more than that. It was a very long session today. Thank you to being here with me, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to share this on social medias, and if you're not subscribed yet, do subscribe to my channel. Put some thumbs up. I really appreciate it when I get some love and some thumbs ups. So do you have any question before we call it a day? New Zealand USD. Didn't we do that? Let's see. New Zealand USD. Yeah, here we go. We've been talking about this leg up for a long time now, and it looks like we did find these resistance at this level here. It was a clear level, so we are at the extremes highs, as you see here also. So our last swing high was sorry, you see here it's very hard to see where are the swings, because the trends was very hard, but our last swing high was at this level. We did break the neckline now and did a retest, and we are heading down. So it's very clear now that this move to the upside is over, because we did break the trend line. As you see here, this trend line is now broken. This neckline and this structure is also retested and rejected. So what we have right now is this move. So what you should be looking at, Betayeb, is this structure back down here at this level. If I go down to the 4 hour, the structure is more clear, and you see what I'm talking about. Oh, sorry, let's take this off, give me my arrow. What I'm talking about is this structure here. It was a resistance, got broken, and now it's a support. And as you see, we did find some support back down here. So what we have right now is a new lower low, lower than these lows here. We did break this good structure here. We did a retest and we got rejected. So for now, if you want to go short on this pair, you want to wait for maybe a price to retest the structure and try to short it back down here. Or if you are already short, you should be looking for this these lows here and this structure here, and see how price will react. Yeah, because this is a major level. When if this level got broken like this, as you see here, we have this whole area is almost empty structure here. Yeah, so if this got broken and we actually have a good breakout and with a retest, then your next down target should be back down here. Yeah, so this is what I see about this pair. If you're not looking to buy, yeah, of course, because I did talks with some traders that say that this is a strong momentum to the upside and we should see more buys. I actually don't think so, and I will show you why. We did this major high here. If we go to the daily, if we're gonna talk structure, what we had here, this was our highest high from this major move here, this whole move. We put a higher high, then a low, not lower than this structure, but a low. Another, this was our first lower high after this one. Now we did break these lows and we put another lower low, but we didn't break these lows here. Then we got our second lower high after that, and then we got this lower. This was our last lower low that was lower than this whole structure. Yeah, and we got this whole move that didn't make a higher high higher than this and this one, so we got rejected here. So of course we did break this high, but we didn't break these measures too lows, and that can just give me another reason to think to short this pair. As you see here, this area, we have this trend line. Let's make it a little bit clear here. We have this structure. We did break down under this structure with this major candle. We did retest the area, and we should be looking for maybe more to the downside. So wait at this structure. If you are already short, see how price will react and if it's gonna bounce back up or not. We may have some trouble at this level here. We may have some ranging here, or a break more to the downside to retest this structure down here. Yeah. Thank you, Nayan. Thank you, Betayeb. So that's it, I think. I don't see any more questions, and thank you for being here. Sorry for having so long session today, but it is how it is sometimes. So see you in the market, guys, and as always, trade safe, be careful, and don't risk a lot. See you next Sunday. Bye bye.